Thanks, guys. Good morning. It's 7 o'clock on the dot. What's believed to have started as a fight has ended with a death in Surrey overnight, and homicide investigators have been called in. Greg Harper joins us live from Surrey with the latest on this. Greg?
Good morning, Jody. Here at 65B Avenue and 131st Street in Surrey. As you can see behind me, a large investigation continues. Quite an area that remains surrounded by police tape. And we're also seeing a couple tarps leaning against a fence, a couple more tarps on the roadway covering some sort of evidence. This is what we know at this point. Police were called here just before 2 o'clock this morning, reportedly after a group of men were fighting. However, investigators not confirming this. All police are saying is that when they arrived, they found a man suffering from significant injuries. He succumbed to those injuries. Police not saying exactly what those injuries are or how he died, but it's believed he did not suffer from gunshot wounds. Talking to a number of residents who live nearby here, they say this area has gotten worse. They've noticed drug activity go up and fights, and they say they've called police a number of times.
I've lived here for 10 years, and it's escalating. It always seems to be more and more stuff going on around here.
Like what kind of stuff?
Fighting. There's never been any shootings around here, but there's been lots of fighting and stuff and drug dealing and stuff like that.
This is an area that's as common of a neighborhood as any neighborhood, and from my experience, these incidents take place really anywhere. It's very difficult to say, but it is not indicative of the area as far as we're concerned from an I hate perspective.
Now, this incident took place right next to an elementary school, St. Bernadette Elementary. This is an independent school, not affected by the teachers' dispute, so there is school today. Police saying they will work with parents and students to minimize the inconvenience. However, it's still unclear if school will go ahead here today. Jody? All
right, thanks so much. Greg Harper reporting live for us from Surrey this hour. More from Surrey now. One person is dead after an accident in Surrey last night. It happened at 152nd Street near 48th Avenue. A car slammed into one of two excavators that were parked along the side of the road. The area had to be shut down for several hours. Police believe speed was a factor, but they don't know yet if drugs or alcohol were involved. A man is recovering after he was shot near a restaurant in the Clayton Heights area of Surrey yesterday afternoon. Shots were heard near 192A Street and 72nd A Avenue. Witnesses saw a man running from a minivan with a bleeding hand. He got help at a pizzeria where someone called 911. No one has been arrested, but police believe the shooting was targeted. The City of Vancouver says a rat infestation, that is, next to a West End daycare will soon be cleaned up. The city says rats were attracted to this area under the Burrard Street Bridge because of food scraps in the nearby community garden compost. The compost has been removed, and the city says exterminators will be brought in to deal with the remaining rodents until the rats are gone. The Beach YMCA daycare will keep children indoors and off the playground.
We haven't really had any calls or real problems with rodents in the green bin program because the green bin is an enclosed container and we pick it up every week. It's when you have material left in the open, food scraps left in the open like this, it'll attract rats. And if it's not picked up on a regular basis or looked after, you're going to have problems.
Craft beer is booming in Vancouver, but one of the city's hottest pubs is closed amidst a health scare. Craft beer market in the Olympic Village has been shut down by Vancouver Coastal Health. The operators say it's undergoing a full sanitation after 2 workers and 6 customers got sick last weekend. Their symptoms are in line with the norovirus. It's believed a food handler could be the source.
That's why we've taken this action, because we want to try and prevent more people from becoming ill, but we won't really know until the next couple of days are over and we see. Generally the incubation period is between 24 and 48 hours, so we're hoping that this will be the end of it.
Norovirus is highly contagious. Symptoms include vomiting and diarrhea. This is day 3 of the ongoing teachers' strike, and the BC Teachers Federation is now calling on the government to invest $225 million to address the issues of class size and composition. In an updated memo to teachers, the union says the, quote, workload fund would be used exclusively for the hiring of additional teachers. On top of that, the BCTF wants a second $225 million retroactive grievances fund to address other working conditions and improve health benefits. In return, the union says it will withdraw grievances grievances after a BC Supreme Court victory on class size and composition bargaining rights. Bargaining has resumed, but there's still no word on any progress at the table. As the dispute drags on, some instructors are running out of cash for groceries. The Surrey Teachers Association is opening a food bank for its members. With the union strike fund drying up, the association has already handed out thousands of dollars worth of grocery store gift cards. It's not the first time Surrey teachers have used a food bank. They opened one during a 2-week strike in 2005. Spain has a brand new king this morning. Prince Felipe has officially become King Felipe VI of Spain. The 46-year-old was sworn in as monarch during a formal ceremony in the country's parliament. He replaces his father, 76-year-old Juan Carlos, who abdicated.